Swetlik. Gotta find Faye, y'all. Yes, sir. It's your boy Snake Eye. Bomb First TV checking in. Salute to the military. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And whatever you're doing, your life, don't play with that like button when you come to Bomb First TV, y'all. Hey, and I want to thank y'all for being a great support to Bomb First TV. We are steadily growing. We're on the road to 10K. But let's go and let's get into the story at hand. Faye Swetlik, 6-year-old, missing 6-year-old South Carolina girl, last seen playing in her front yard. The story is gripping the nation right now, Bomb First, and we're going to get into it and see if we can do anything to help to find Faye. Cayce, South Carolina. The FBI has joined the search for a little girl from South Carolina who has been missing for 2 days. Now it's like 4 days, Bomb First. Surveillance video shows 6-year-old Faye Swetlik getting off her school bus on Monday afternoon, but a little more than an hour later, she was gone, Bomb First. Now this has to be detrimental to the parents and to anybody that loves Faye Swetlik, because they are doing everything they can to try to find her. She was last seen playing in the front yard of her Cayce, South Carolina home. Police said on Wednesday that they released surveillance images in the hope of getting more tips and home security videos. At this point, we have not ruled out that Faye could have wandered into the woods playing, got lost, and has not found her way home, Sergeant Evan Antley said. The search for Faye is expanding, and more than 300 officers from 20 law enforcement agencies are now going door to door, Bomb First, beyond her neighborhood. The FBI has also joined in on the investigation. There is no evidence, Bomb First, that the 3-foot 10-inch 65-pound first grader was abducted from her home where she lives with her mom and grandmother. Lindsey Vaughn, whose son Beckham is friends with Faye, said the whole community is praying. It's just sick. Worried sick over it, she said. The FBI is asking anyone with information to come forward. Tips can be submitted anonymously online, Bomb First. And this is just a story, like I said, that's just really gripping the nation right now. I mean, it's just very, very sad to see that little Faye Swetlik has not been, found. One vehicle now has been identified as search for Faye Swetlik enters day 4. Search continues for another vehicle. Officials have been combing through hours of surveillance and security videos as the search for Faye Swetlik enters the 4th day, Bomb First. Authorities are also following up on hundreds of tips they received since creating the hotline in this investigation. Officials say that the best way to offer help in the investigation is to send in any video that may help find Faye and to notify them if they see anything. They are also still trying to locate and identify one of the 2 cars that may be connected to Faye's disappearance. The Chevy Trailblazer has been identified, but investigators are still seeking information about the silver sedan. Authorities hope to get as many eyes as possible on the video showing those 2 cars, and I do have pictures and videos coming up later on in this blog, Bomb First. Because of the sensitive nature of this case, investigators say that it is important that they examine every single possible detail, and we know that they definitely got to do their due diligence. You don't want to put nobody out there that may have something to do with, don't know for sure, you know what I'm saying? So they definitely got to come through every detail, make sure they get it right. That includes searching nearby homes, wooded areas, speaking with neighbors, and searching vehicles, Bomb First. Authorities have expanded the search area to include West Columbia. And as on the they got a post, Cayce Public Safety, they saying there have been phone calls, DM, and social media postings asking if the public can be involved in the search of Faye Swetlik, and the ground searches need to continue to be done by law enforcement and first responders. That is from the Cayce Public Safety Twitter page. Thorough ground searches require coordination with contact with incident command, are mapped and methodical, and the terrain and the environment in the areas varies, requiring special equipment and vehicles for safeties. Officials are trying to account for everyone in the Churchill Heights neighborhood at the time of Faye's disappearance, and that's Churchill Heights. That's where Faye and her family stayed. And one of the two vehicles have not been checked off that list yet. And they said, as of their Twitter, they said tips continue to come about the vehicles that were in the Churchill neighborhood during the time Faye Swetlik was last seen. And thanks to your tips, the Chevy Trailblazer has been identified, but investigators are still seeking information about that silver sedan we talked about earlier. Authorities are asking that members of the public steer clear of the area to allow law enforcement and first responders to handle all ground searches that will come Thursday, which is today, February the 13th, first. Again, people want to help, man. This is a first grader, little girl, and people's hearts are really broke about this. People go missing, and it just terrifying when a child this small goes missing. And then, like I said, this is going on the fourth day, so we know when any kind of possible child abduction or when a child is missing, the more days that it goes first, the less likely anything good would come out. But we're praying that Faye Swetlik is found safe and that she's returned to her loving family. There will be a heavy police presence in the search area due to the continued search for Faye. You may also notice more police in the general area due to Vice President Pence visit to Columbia. So Vice President Pence is in town, and he's in Columbia. So I mean, they got a lot of law enforcement down there. Another vigil is being held for Faye Thursday in Kershaw, South Carolina. This event is being hosted by the Frontline Biker Church. It will take place at the Kershaw Farmers Market on the 200 block of Hampton Street beside the Kershaw Fire Department Station, 11 at 5:30 p.m. So if anybody want to join or come show their support, they definitely can do that. Faye is a white girl with shoulder-length strawberry blonde hair and blue eyes. She's 3 foot 10 inches tall and weighs about 65 pounds. Officials said she has a speech impediment and is lactose intolerant. Wednesday morning, Cayce police updated the public with new video showing Faye getting off her school bus Monday afternoon, just minutes before her family said she was last seen in the yard. Why is there no Amber Alert? People are asking first, what an Amber Alert is? Officials said that the following criteria must be met for an Amber Alert to be activated. 1. A law enforcement agency or agencies must believe the child has been abducted. 2. If the child is under 17 and the agency believes there's an immediate danger or serious harm. 3. All other possibilities for the disappearance have been reasonably excluded. 4. There is sufficient information available to give to the public. And 5. The child's name and other critical data have been entered into the National Crime Information Center, or NCIC. Faye's information has been entered into NCIC as a missing person, officials said. Cayce, the Department of Public Safety, will also hold a press conference to provide updates and related information on the investigation into Faye's disappearance daily. Anyone with information that can help law enforcement is urged to contact 803-205-4444. Again, that's 803-205-4444. Team coverage for the search of Faye can be seen on air and through live news cast. And also, I mean, it's just a crazy situation, Balford. I mean, they're gonna have to find Faye. I mean, do all that you can to help find Faye. I don't know, first. They say she got off the bus, she was in the front yard and disappeared. I mean, who was it? I mean, as a parent, myself, I would want to ask questions like, who was watching her? nobody saw anything. I mean, things just really sound suspicious. Did she get off the bus? Did she make it to the yard? If she was in the yard, then I mean, what happened? I mean, nobody saw anything. Somebody knows exactly what happened to Faye Swetlik, and they just not giving out the information. But I mean, the mother and the grandmother, that's who she's staying with. So who was out there with Faye if she was only in the first grade? You know what I'm saying, Bond First? Like, you have to ask these type of questions, because you can't leave no stone unturned when it comes to a missing child, especially a first grader that is basically helpless to defend herself. I mean, if she got out the bus, was playing in her yard, somebody between the mother or the grandmother has to know something, unless they wasn't paying attention to her, had her let her out there and just let her play, and somebody just came up and snatched her. But it kind of sounds fishy to me, Bond First. But we're not going to speculate. We're praying for Faye Swetlik's safe return, and we're going to keep you posted on this investigation. So thank you to all the new subscribers. We're on the road to 10K. And we just, trying to do what's right. We're trying to make sure that this little girl is found, and hopefully she's safe and in good health. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Don't forget, don't play with that like button. And I keep you updated on this story, man. We're trying to find Faye Swetlik. Any information is of needed. Bomb First TV, bomb has been dropped. Go!
Thank you. Breaking news out of Cayce, South Carolina, in the search for 6-year-old Faye Swetlik. Authorities right now want to identify the drivers of these two vehicles.
Investigators say they may have information regarding Faye's disappearance. Faye disappeared Monday from the Churchill Heights neighborhood. Police also released this video today showing the moments just before Faye disappeared. You see her singled out there wearing that dark shirt. She goes up to the front of the bus, talks to the driver, and steps off.
Investigators say Faye was last seen Monday around 3:45 playing in her yard. Since then, more than 200 officers have questioned family, neighbors, nearby businesses. In fact, we spoke with one business owner who shared his surveillance footage with the police.
Everybody's hoping that she comes home safe. I will tell you that the people I talk to, the longer it goes, the more they're worried. The first day everybody was upbeat and upbeat. They was more positive about it. Second day a little less, and now third day people are really now they get concerned because how long it's been.
Law enforcement has used everything from helicopters to four-wheelers in the search. We are told Faye's family is cooperating. If you have any information or see Faye, the hotline for tips is there on your screen, 803-205-4444 if you have information.
The FBI has joined the search for a little girl from South Carolina who's now been missing for 2 days. Hundreds of police have fanned out across the area. Janet Shamlian reports on a new video of the girl.
This is 6-year-old Faye Swetlik getting off her school bus Monday afternoon. A little more than an hour later, she was gone. Last seen playing in the front yard of her Cayce, South Carolina home. Police released the images today in hopes of getting more tips and home security video. Why can't it be an Amber Alert?
At this point, we have not ruled out that Faith could have wandered into the woods playing, gotten lost, and has not found her way back home yet.
Faye's face is everywhere, but the little girl nowhere to be found. The search is expanding tonight. More than 300 officers from 20 law enforcement agencies are now going door to door beyond her neighborhood, and the FBI has joined the investigation. There is no evidence the 3-foot 10-inch, 65-pound first grader was abducted from the home where Faye lives with her mom and grandmother, Ruth Collins, who did not want to be seen on camera.
Oh, my baby bag. We gotta find her.
It's just really hard.
Lindsay Vaughn's son, Beckham, is Faye's friend. How is the community reacting?
It's just sick. Just worried sick over it.
Tonight, police have taken the extraordinary step of blocking off the entire neighborhood where Faye disappeared from. Only residents can come and go. One sergeant told me it is the largest law enforcement operation he's ever seen.
Wow. Janet, thank you.